Hello and welcome to tutorial number 40 in the Microsoft Visual Basic.NET programming tutorials, and this tutorial is going to be a follow-up of the previous tutorial, and we're going to be learning how to create an auto updater for your application. So in a previous tutorial we created this HTTP web request to take a string. We'll take the source code from a website, and we're going to be using this to take some text from a website and then compare it with the current version of our application. So if you don't have this code right here, go and follow the previous tutorial and learn about the HTTP web request and then come and watch this. So go now. Okay, so if you're still watching this, then I predict that you've watched the previous tutorial and you have this code already. Well, first of all, we're going to need to design our updater. So right here on button 1, which we already had, we're going to change the text to check, and that's just going to check for the latest update. So if we double click this, right here we have our code here from the previous tutorial, but the first thing we're going to need to do is register an account on ripway.com. So go to ripway.com, go to sign up and then log in and click here with my files. So once you pause the video now, sign up, log in and click on my files. Okay, once you've done that, we're going to need to create a text file on our Ripway account. So click on create text file, and then where it says enter a file name, just type current version.txt, and in here we're going to say what our current version is. Now we're going to leave it as 1.0.0.0 for now, and hit create. Okay, so now once we have this current version, just click it to get the link up here, and take the link and put it into our HTTP web request right here. So every time we're checking for an update, it's going to check for the current version that we've updated on our website here, and we're going to run this against the current version of the application. So once you've done that, the next thing you need to do is go up here to your project name, click properties, and then you see here in the assembly information, you'll see the assembly version 1000. Now you can change this, but for now we're going to keep it as 1000 for the purpose of the tutorial. But whenever you update your application, you just add a 1 to this, then 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what I mean? And that's how we're going to be using the auto updater. Now that's a lot to take in just a few minutes, but hopefully you understood that and we can move on to the next part of the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is you want to take this and declare it as a variable. So this that we're downloading right here is the latest version. So we're going to say declare newest version as a string equals sr.read2end. And it's going to take this stream reader here and declare that as the newest version. Now we need to take what the current version is of this application. We're going to type declare current version as string, and as you've just seen there in the properties, we saw the current version, which is 1000, and to get that all we type is application.product version, and that's just going to take the product version, which is 1.0.0.0. Okay, now that we have these two declared, all we need to do is type if newest version dot contains, and in brackets, current version, then message box dot show you have the current version, and then we're going to say else message box dot show newer version available. Okay, that was a lot to take in just a few minutes, but let's go over it. Okay, so what it says here is it's going to download this web page right here, which is only a txt file, and that's going to say 1.0.0.0. and then it's going to declare that 1.0.0.0 as the newest version. Then it's going to declare the current version as this application.product version, which is also 1.0.0.0, and we'll see that if we take the newest version, that does contain the current version because they are the same. And I'm sorry I haven't explained this. This dot contains just something we can use with strings. We can just say if apple dot contains a, and it does because there's an a there. I'm not going to go into detail explaining that, but it should be pretty straightforward. So we know that newest version contains the current version because they're both the same. So if we debug this, and we hit check, just give a few seconds, sorry, and just answer a question in the comments of my previous tutorial. We're using the HTTP web request because, first of all, in further tutorials, we're going to be learning about how to send a login request to an API. Oh, here it is, by the way. You have the current version. And for web browser, we're going to be using that when we use things like get element by ID or get elements by tag name. And we're going to be using web browser then, but for now we're using HTTP web request. Anyway, back onto the tutorial. This says you have the current version. That's because if we look here, 1.0.0.0, and we look on our application, go to the properties, the assembly version is 1.0.0.0 as well. So now let's go back to ritway.com and click on edit, and we're just going to change the last number to 1 and hit save. Now that's going to say that whenever we update our application, let's say we make a new version of this, we just add a new label to it, or we just make a new version, a new exe, and we would just take the assembly information and change it to 1.0.0.1, and that'll be our newest version. Now if we check this and say this is the old version, and we go, ooh, let's check, see if we have the latest version. Now we've said that the latest version is 1.0.0.1, so this is now going to say that we don't have the newest version. Just give it a few seconds to load. And there we go, it says a newer version available. Now what we can do is we've learned how to download and run a file. We can just go into here, new version available, we can just download the file, we can download the new file, then we can run it, run a new installation, etc. So that's basically how you would create an auto updater, and I'm not going to go into detail about the downloading the new application. This is just something that you can think about if you want something to try and take in. So thanks for watching this tutorial, and if you have any questions, just please leave a comment. If you have any suggestions or requests, leave a comment too, and please rate this video and subscribe.